my experience with travel to Scotland in July 2019, wheat allergy and lactose intolerance. So this is revisiting kind of medical restrictions in international travel, with the type of medical restriction being dietary restrictions. So I'm allergic to wheat and have lactose intolerance. And so I was 26 years of age on my solo heritage travel trip to Scotland, July 2019. I went 4 July to 20 July 2019. It was the heritage travel trip. Today is Sunday, 31 May 2026. I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle. And reflecting on my experience, what was it like traveling with a wheat allergy and lactose intolerance? Well, the food was a bit different than I was used to, and as part of my normal diet, I try to incorporate a little bit of wheat and a little bit of dairy, because my allergy and the intolerance isn't quite as bad if I keep a little bit in my diet. And so I found I was a little bit more, I didn't do the best of jobs on the dairy front. My system, I didn't necessarily have a bunch of dairy on the trip. Partially was the food, like the offerings I found. So it was notable in that sense of like, it was a relatively low dairy trip and I didn't mind it. So that was kind of cool. In terms of the food and breading, the breading was a little bit, like, I had fried fish and grilled fish, so like fish and chips. I did in one city with breading and in another city without. And so it did factor in, I think, my system. It was like I would eat a bunch of food and like I say, I'd mask the wheat allergy with quantity of food. So yes, it did factor in, but it was like eat a bunch of food in the morning and then kind of I didn't have to do like necessarily a big meal later in the day. I could kind of go to the store and get something to eat and then snack through the day if I ate a big enough meal. So I did like a really big breakfast and then they had really good Scottish breakfasts. And then if there was a reaction, there wasn't always, but if there was like a wheat reaction, it would process with the food. It took about the same amount of time to like kind of work through any allergic kind of reaction with the processing of the quantity of food. So I got really good at pairing it, which is also like in self-experimentation, my cardiology self-experimentation, and which I was doing at this point in time. There's a little bit of, I'll do something and then I have to wait. Like I don't get an instant feedback necessarily depending on what I'm studying. So this was a really good, like, if I don't get, or if there is some sort of like after effect, that kind of thing, pair it with something to help me remember this is what I am experiencing. And here's another thing that's processing at the same time. So I can think of it as like testing more than one variable. Sometimes it becomes more memorable if I can pair things that process similarly and are not the same. I'm like, this component of what I'm going through is this, and this component of what I'm going through is this. So it has actually been very helpful at testing more than one variable. For my cardiology self-experimentation, which is cardiology, a study of the heart and the corresponding blood system, at least for me. So it has had a positive impact in that realm of what I do. And then it was also the allergy and intolerance came in at how I ate my food and pacing, I suppose, of eating.